MOTT 32, located in the Palazzo Casino at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas, is the world's most awarded Chinese restaurant. So we had a 7:30 reservation and they got us seated pretty much immediately. The decor was all things Chinese with a lot of influences from Beijing and Hong Kong, and also a little bit of a New York spin on it. And those are not my words, that is from their website, but it's all very intentional and very dark on the inside. So ambiance is, like dark and romantic.
But also a little lively. People were very nice greeting us, getting us in there. We asked them some recommendations. They said pretty consistently like the same 3 or 4 things. But when we did get the menu, it's big.
Yes,
really big.
we did get a lot of recommendations, even from the host that ended up seating us. Also, it was top tier service in the way that when we were seated, they took out your napkin and sat it on your lap for you. So like very high level service in that way. When their server came over, he even warned us, like, take your time with the menu because it is pretty extensive. It's big. Our server's right. It is a big menu. There is a lot to explore in here. What we started off with first a couple of cocktails. What did you think of your duck fat washed old fashioned?
I've had something like that before. It's unique. It was just unique. I mean, if you like old fashions and you want to try something a little different than your classic old fashioned, try it. It's good. Very spirit forward.
It's good. It's just a little woody.
Because of the garnish thing, or you think?
Very well made and well balanced. And my favorite part was the ice cube was clear.
I got what they called the floating moon, which is basically a watermelon margarita, but it had boba in it. Wait, so I got a cocktail that has boba in it. Yeah. Which was interesting, but the boba didn't really add much flavor-wise. It was just kind of there for texture, which, take it or leave it, it was cool and unique in that way, but it basically was just a classic watermelon margarita.
An adult bubble tea.
Yeah, basically. Let's jump into our starters. So you said the shumai. Is that the one that had this quail egg, right?
Yeah. So it was the shumai that we started with was a unique spin on your classic shumai, which is usually, I think, like chicken, shrimp, or pork, or all of them combined. And the way that they did it was they put a whole freaking quail egg inside of it. So you would bite it, and there was like a soft boiled quail egg in it.
It was delicious.
I don't know how they did it, but the texture was incredible, and the flavor was even better. Then we also had these soup dumplings.
Soup dumplings with rice vinegar on the side.
I think it was a Bierko ham or pork, a Bierko pork, inside of a soup dumpling, which was a flavor explosion. You would bite into it, the soup would pop into your mouth, and the flavor of the meat complemented it perfectly. I'm a sucker for soup dumplings, and they did it freaking amazingly.
Yeah, the soup dumplings were really, really good. Our next course, we kind of got 3 entrees. We got the duck fried rice, and while it was really good, it was also a little bit dry, so we ended up asking for chili sauce and...
The chili sauce and a chili paste, kind of like a sriracha.
And we ended up adding soy sauce and a hoisin sauce. So we were just adding all of these sauces to make sure to just kind of level out how the fried rice was a little bit dry.
But very flavorful. We got this because I don't think we could have finished the whole Peking duck, but this way we got some of the flavor of the duck. Considering everything else we got, this was, I think, an appropriate way to do things. We still had a ton of leftovers. The next thing we got was the Wagyu short rib. I can't even... It was melting in your mouth. Flavor was incredible. It was, again, melting in your mouth. It was cooked perfectly. There was a little bit of char on the outside of it. The sauce that it was all over it. With this menu, they have things that seem very upscale that you might not always find in a Chinese restaurant. Or at least not that I would see. But the way that they would marinate or flavor their foods, they would make that Asian infused twist on it, which was incredible. Because I'm a sucker for those flavors, and the fact that they could do it with like the short rib or the lobster that we're going to talk about, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and reading up on the restaurant as well, it says it's on their website. You can see all of their awards that they've gotten over time, and there's a lot of them. And so while there is some hints of like New York and Vegas throughout the restaurant, it really is like a Chinese restaurant first, whether that's just with flavors or with the traditional dishes. The short rib, it also had chopped green onions on top, which I thought was a good, just added a little more of like something to every bite that you took.
A little bit more depth.
And the last entree that we got was I don't even know what it was.
We just tried to look at their menu. I'm pretty sure it was ginger infused. I don't think I've ever had lobster cooked this well and flavored this deeply before in my life.
The lobster was very delicious. Definitely hard to eat, but like that comes with the territory of lobster because they did serve it with the shell on. But all the little individual pieces that were cut up, you just got to dig in there and dig into the shell and really just have an explosion of flavors in your mouth. So the lobster was definitely a recommend for me. Any final thoughts about the restaurant as a whole or the experience or anything like that?
We decided not to get dessert because we were stuffed and we had to get to the show. But they gave us a little bit of sorbet to leave with, which was a good palate cleanser at the end of the meal.
Okay, they brought this mandarin orange sorbet for us anyway on the house.
Again, the service was incredible and the food was unbelievable. And it's that type of restaurant that you need to go back because there are so many other things on the menu that could have made our dinner experience very uniquely different. And I also really want to try to have those different experiences at this place. So many flavors yet to
just
try.
A lot on the menu, so very extensive. Also the bar, we didn't sit up at the bar, but they did have a kind of extensive cocktail list, and it was full bar, so anything you could probably dream up they could make. And it seemed like they're just like their chefs, their bartenders also were creative and really knew how to balance the flavors right and get creative with those flavors.
Consider that what we paid for this meal could be a lot less, but it could also be a lot more depending on what you decide to get. Yeah, we only got one drink, for example. So the meal in total was around $150 a person.
When you're in a place like Las Vegas, a lot of the dining options are going to be more on the pricey side. And considering this was a more upscale towards fine dining experience, I think that the price was pretty average to what you would find in Las Vegas doing this type of dining. Do I think it was worth the cost? Yes, for the most part. I think every dish that we had spoke for itself. There are some things that I wouldn't order again and most things that I would order again if I were to go back to MOTT 32. Overall, I would say it was a really great experience, and this would be a place that we recommend if you like Chinese and are in the Las Vegas area.
Be adventurous with your food because you never know what you might find.
Keep living large.
We'll catch you on the flip.